everybody. Rothstein here, Betting Public Sports Show. Okay, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget on Spotify for podcasters, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Thursday through Monday. We have we have the famed Rothstein Sports Investing Show podcast, where I get free sports picks for that day's action. Had a decent weekend with that, but however today there's no action. We're just gonna talk a little slick and greasy real quick. A couple of things been festering, but yeah, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I'm just gonna go right in. First things first. Been about a week out. We ain't talked about it, but that teacher in North Carolina, substitute teacher, I believe, as you remember, it was a substitute teacher, a black female, and she's rumbling with a black female student over a cell phone, and the student swung at the teacher. First of all, she went back into the teacher's area, and basically demanded her phone back. When she didn't, she tried to cold cock the teacher. The teacher gaffled her up, scuffled her up pretty good. This teacher she looked like she was athletic. She was, bigger woman, looked like she was athletic and strong, like she might have played college basketball or college softball or something. She, in the girl, middle school, high school, wherever they were, she was smallish, very small, very slim. Um, First things first, off top, the teacher was dead wrong. Yes, the teacher was dead wrong. It didn't say the student wasn't wrong. If I'm not mistaken, her mom put out some post, bemoaning the behavior of her child. I don't know if it was the actual mom. Everybody said it's her mom, but who knows? But the student was wrong, swinging. But these are kids. They're going to be rebellious and do type of shit like that. The teacher was dead wrong. Because if you see in the video, first of all, when she takes her down to the ground, everybody can see the teacher's ass. I don't know if she's wearing a G-string or no panties at all, but look how she's dressed. She was wearing like a dress, some type of like a wool dress. I want to say some sandals, open-toed shoes. She was dressed for the turn-up, not to be an educator. The style of clothing you wear, kind of will predict your mood. Like, she was there for the turn up. Miss me with that. Oh, women can wear whatever they want, all that kind of goofy stuff. I mean, yeah, you can. It's just like you got the freedom of speech, but you better watch what you say. You're a teacher. You can wear that, but be careful, because when shit happens, that's the first thing I'm looking at. What was the teacher's demeanor? She had on like a damn near cocktail dress. Like, after work, she was going to get some other type of cocktails. If you understand what I'm saying. She wasn't, like I said, no panties or a G-string. Why are you dressed like that for? I've never seen a teacher do some, light activity, which was because the girl didn't struggle with her at all. She didn't struggle with the girl at all. They said she had her about a good 70 or 100 pounds. The teacher looked young and athletic still. Took her down to the ground. That'd been a real fight. The little girl would have got fucked up. Luckily, the teacher had some restraint. But yeah, she was dressed for the turn up. You dress like that, shit's gonna happen. Because you've already got a certain mentality in your head. Wearing like me right now, I'm wearing a hoodie, couple hoodies because it's cold. But I'm down for whatever. When I'm wearing a button down, and a tie, thinking about a totally different mentality, totally different energy about me. Same as you and anybody else. So I'm blaming the teacher. She took the phone. She took the phone from the girl. Little girl walks up to tell what what, no phones. Why? Does that apply? Does that policy only apply to me? She's asking, trying to reason with her. Apparently, it did because another student filmed the whole shit, filmed the whole altercation. So other students had their phones out. So why was this girl's phone taken from her, taken off her person? You don't take something off nobody's person, out of their hands, off their desk. You don't do that. And I don't think she was fired because the school said that anytime a student hits a teacher has a right to defend themselves. I understand. I just didn't think she was wrong. She could have handled that way differently. Okay, but I'm off of that. I'm off of that. Let's go into Snoop Dogg. Snoop Doggy Dogg. All these people. He's doing it. He did an interview on Big Boy radio out there in L.A. Kind of rehashing and going over his death row stories and his career, and talking about his death row days with Tupac and Suge Knight and whatnot. And kind of find out there was a fight early in his career with the DOC, who's like 6'2", 6'3", and he lost the fight to Eazy-E, who's like 5'5". Snoop kind of, I don't know why he told that story. I was kind of, dissing the DOC, who's like his mentor rapping like, but yeah, now everybody's trying to say Snoop's trying to rewrite history, trying to act like he wasn't, down to this Biggie, Notorious B.I.G., Tupac's rival and all that stuff. It was a big to do. There were two record camps, Death Row, that was Tupac, Dr. Dre, Snoop, and out in L.A., in Bad Boy Records, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Notorious B.I.G., Mace, and those guys out in New York. And, from what I could tell, Snoop always played, kept it cool. Like, I mean, he said, that was, in the interview, he said that he didn't like Tupac's "Hit 'Em Up" diss. The song "Hit 'Em Up." Those those you don't know. In the first line of the song, or one of the first lines of the song, Tupac tells Notorious Big that he slept with his wife, and not in those words. And see, I can see a situation, a couple of situations. One, like I told you, like I always tell you, Whack 100 said he could see a situation where Puff and Big, or not Puff and Big, Puffy and Suge had agreed to start, have the camps dissing each other to make money, and something went left in the unspoken and the unwritten agreement between them two. Something went left. Probably the guy, Big Jake Robles, Suge's friend who got killed in Atlanta allegedly by Puff's dead bodyguard Wolf. So Whack 100 said that, and I totally agree with him. But I can also see a situation where Snoop was kind of just getting on to get along, getting along to get along, because Tupac came in there and he was a firebrand. He was already a rap star, and had his own troubles, so he gets with them. Now all of a sudden, they're beefing with Notorious B.I.G. and them. Uh, Snoop and Dre was probably like, yeah, I want to rap with him, because Biggie came out, he was something different. Like he was just rapping, he was crazy rapping, good ass rapper, and they probably were like, I want to rap with him, why we gotta be beefing with them, because I remember. It wasn't long after Tupac had got killed. Both of them, Tupac got killed in like the fall of '96. Biggie got killed in spring of '97. And I remember way back, shortly after both died, Snoop saying something like, I'd been telling Pac like, because Pac was, he was just relentless attacking them. And Snoop was like, cuz don't want it like that, leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to, mix it like that. and be on some evil shit with each other. So why you keep going at him? Like I said, Snoop had just beat a murder case within the 2 years before that. And Tupac probably started too much shit and just wasn't down with it. He just wasn't down with it. Dre left the label, started Aftermath, got with Jimmy Iovine and whatnot. Remember the song "Been There, Done That"? He was talking about that. He'd been there and done that with all that rap beef. He was done with it. Beef with his old homie Ice Cube and Eazy-E. Had Snoop write some raps. Dissing Ice Cube and whatnot, and all that stuff. He probably was just like, I ain't on that shit no more. They from that rapping era, where it was all about the music and the words, not the lifestyle and shit. And, like I said, Dre had some problems. Dre had his own problems. Snoop, like I said, he beat a murder case and whatnot, and they just wasn't on it like that. And you got to remember, the last time Snoop seen Pac was on the plane where, Snoop, got a blanket and grabbed a fork and a knife and was ready for action because that's where he said that, Big and Puff were his homeboys. So his last memory with Pac wasn't good. He just, like I said, they probably, I totally see where Snoop was just getting on and get along. And just really wasn't on that. And, so I don't understand what people, are mad at. He's in a totally different place now. He's in a mobile space right now. Most popular rapper in the world, arguably. If it ain't him, it's Jay-Z, but he's among the most popular rappers who's ever been there. You gotta, if you think logically and slightly esoterically, Snoop's one of the GOATs, and you've got to respect him. Going through that. That's why he, survived that. Because he's always showed love. He's dissing Ice Cube, but he's always showed love for Ice Cube. He's always showed love and admiration for Ice Cube, even though he had to diss him for a partner, Dre. But he's always showed love to Ice Cube. He's always showed love to New York rappers. New York is where it started. He's always showed love to them. Saved the Source Awards, the 95 Source Awards, remember? Y'all don't love us? Snoop Dogg and y'all don't love Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre, Snoop, that's why he kind of survived the war, because he was always showing love to people. He always got a lot of love and humility in his heart. His first couple albums, what did he do? He remade a classic East Coast song. Lottie Dottie, Vapors, Love's Gonna Get You, all them songs, man. The Symphony. That's what Snoop was about, showing love and paying homage. So people mad at him, saying he's trying to rewrite history with Pocky. He didn't like the song. He was dissing Biggie too. Probably had to diss Biggie because he had to, thinking it was just gonna be some rap shit. I just don't understand why people. I just don't understand why people go at Snoop like that. That dude's done nothing wrong. He's lived his life. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. Doesn't have to romanticize Tupac like you want him to. But I'm off that. Now the last thing we'll talk about is Phil Jackson in the NBA. Phil Jackson, former Chicago Bulls coach, won 2 3-peats with Michael Jordan as his best player. Then won a second 3-peat, or then won a third 3-peat with the Lakers, Shaq and Kobe era. And everybody's up here. Just the other day he said, basically said he's not with all of the politics that come apart, that come about from the NBA anymore. Just wants to see guys playing ball. I'm not mad at that. Not because he's old and white. I'm not mad at that because apparently that was the mantra of his teams. That was like a mission statement of his teams. We're just here to play ball. Michael Jordan's famous quote, Republicans buy sneakers too. Apparently, that's what they were about with the Bulls. Mindfulness. We're only here for basketball. Lakers too. Shaq never got into politics. Kobe didn't. Neither of those guys did. And so people are mad at Phil because he's saying something like that. It's like, quit getting. That's the problem. I don't like to shit on the young people, but that's one of the problems of that generation. Like, y'all get upset when people don't agree with you, don't think like you. Like, like I said, it's not just because Phil is old and white. Like I said, he's been known to make his players practice mindfulness. We're only concerned about what's going on right now. And that's probably how he's got 9, 10, 11 titles, however many he's got. Won a three-peat with Shaq and Kobe, two three-peats with Michael Jordan, and then I want to say he won two with just Kobe, Kobe and Pau Gasol. You can't get mad because, he doesn't, hell, I personally don't like all that sometimes in my sports programs. When I'm watching sports, I'm just here for the ball, the pause. I'm just here for the running, blocking, the tackling, the hooping, you know, the swings and the misses, the strikes and the outs. That's all I'm looking for. I don't, I know where to get the politics from. I don't necessarily have to go to Fox News or MSNBC or CNN for politics. I know where to find political discourse, and I don't necessarily need it in my sports. You know, those divided locker rooms like that never win. Never seen a woke champion. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, man. Lay off of Phil Jackson. All right. But yeah, that's all I got for today. I don't want to hold you for too long. We just wanted to say what up. We'll be back. Should have some interviews this weekend for you, but I'll definitely have action on Saturday morning and Sunday morning here on this channel for you. All right. So there you have it. Um, let's be safe. Let's be courteous to each other. And until next time, I'll holler at you. Y'all be well. Peace.